Welcome to the Royal Daily Tea YouTube channel. Please be advised all of my videos are for entertainment purposes only, based 100% on my own opinion, my own theories, and my own research. All of my information can be found on the public domain and falls under the fair use guidelines. Please feel free to do your own research. Welcome back to the Royal Daily Tea. So today we're going to do a very short video and a review of The Prince, which is a new animated series that is currently streaming on HBO Max. Now, if you don't know, this is a controversial new animated series created from the creators of Family Guy and Bob's Burgers. It's an animated comedy that reimagines Prince George as a snarky and entitled young royal. The Prince's biting satire skewers celebrity culture, making for a quote-unquote hilarious, timely, and surprisingly sweet series. That is the description that they have on HBO Max, although I don't know if I agree with the sweet part because I haven't found that yet. The show has a lot of controversy. The gentleman who wrote the show, Gary Janetti, had a very popular meme Instagram account where he made fun of the royals, and that is where he got his idea to make The Prince, which is based on the perspective of Prince George. So when you watch the show, every single person in the royal family is accounted for, and everyone in the royal family looks bad except for Harry and Meghan, which is very interesting. They betray the Queen as a very old, senile, evil woman who basically kills a staff member in the first episode. She has a favorite dessert that's made by these monsters in the dungeon. It's just, they don't portray her in a very flattering light. They also have Prince Philip in the show, which is very cringeworthy to see Prince Philip, especially since he has passed. So obviously they filmed this show months before he passed, and it's just bad taste. They literally make him look like he's dead in the show. There's not a nicer way to say it. They literally make him like he's colored very gray. He's very stiff. He doesn't move. He can't open his mouth. They make him just a very bad comedy piece. It's in bad taste because the gentleman has passed. So, of course, they probably did it before he passed. But again, they portrayed the Queen and Prince Philip very badly. Then you have Prince Charles and Camilla. For some reason, they make it look like Camilla is terrified of the Queen. She never utters a single word throughout any of the episodes. It's like she's afraid to sneeze or speak around the Queen. The Queen is extremely mean to Camilla, and Charles is always trying to, tell her, oh, mommy loves you, the Queen loves you, the Queen adores you. He's always trying to buffer between the Queen and Camilla. They paint him as the spoiled little mommy's boy who's trying to pacify his wife and his mother. So that's a very weird dynamic. And then they paint William and Kate as in a horrible marriage and Kate as an alcoholic. So again, they do not paint the royals in a very positive light. And then we have George and Charlotte. So the fact that they do include the royal children is a little controversial for me because it is a funny cartoon in the premise, but then when you remember it is a child, a real child, they make him very flamboyant and very adult for an 8-year-old boy, that he talks to his servant and plans these parties, and he's just not a nice kid. He's very bratty, mean to his sister. They don't show Louis very much. He's kind of the third wheel. He's only been on part of an episode. It's mostly Charlotte and Prince George. They show Archie a tiny bit, but again, all of the negative jokes are toward the main royals. Now, Harry and Meghan are also portrayed in the show, and I have to be honest, their bits are the only funny bits of the show. I feel like they literally could have just had the comedy series about Harry and Meghan's life in Montecito and how he's trying to adjust from being a prince to being like a normal person. They had a scene where he had to go grocery shopping for the first time and he didn't know what he was doing, and he kept calling his apartment a palace. They have him living at Melrose Place, which is hysterical. And they make it seem like Harry and Meghan really aren't living the high life, that she's trying to audition for roles, and that Harry gets a job as a massage therapist. Now that's funny. That part is actually comical. They don't paint them very negatively, although they make Harry, look like he's not the smartest tool in the toolbox, but it's hilarious. Now, Meghan just comes off as wannabe actress. They even have her pretend to be a new member on the Housewives of Beverly Hills. They have some, surprise guest appearances by Kelly Ripa, Lisa Rinna, Erica Jane. The entire cast of Housewives of Beverly Hills is on there. That part's actually funny. That would have been an extremely funny series about Harry and Meghan, kind of poking fun at them, trying to make it in California. But the fact that this show is so horribly negative to the actual royal family and centered around a real child, Prince George, I find it extremely tacky. There's a lot of language. There's the violence. I was disappointed. Like I said, there were the funny parts about Harry and Meghan. It could have been a whole different show. He could have made a really funny show and left the children and the royal family out of it. It would have been a good show. He portrays Meghan. Meghan comes off the best out of everyone somehow. She doesn't really have anything negative. They make, cheap shots. Oh, you were on Suits, and they're living in the apartment and they have to work. But they don't really say anything bad about her. I mean, they portray Kate as an alcoholic. They make Camilla doesn't say 2 words, and she's afraid of the Queen, and the Queen kills someone, and the Queen's terrible. And they make William even dumber. And then they have Prince Philip in there who looks like he's, a dead man walking. It's just poor taste. So a lot of people are extremely upset that they're making this show and they're basing it on a real person and a real child. And to be completely honest with you, I agree. I feel like this could have been a really funny show if they, made up the royal family, loosely based it on them, but didn't use real people and real names and real characters. But again, it would have been much funnier if it was just around Harry and Meghan and Harry trying to adjust to Hollywood. That would have been a funny cartoon. Right now, he's doing massage therapy. It's hysterical, but the rest of the show, not funny. It's bad taste. I cringe. They're literally like 12 minutes long. From what I could see on YouTube, they're not very long, 12 to 15 minutes. But you guys, it was cringeworthy. I literally just wanted to go to the Harry and Meghan parts of the show. The rest was kind of dumb. So I would not recommend spending your money on this show. I actually saw 4 episodes on YouTube for free. Of course, there were some other things in there, but people have been putting episodes up on YouTube. If you want to spend your money, you can go on HBO Max, but honestly, it's Family Guy's funnier. I wasn't impressed. Literally, the only part that made me chuckle was the Harry and Meghan. Everything else, I did not like. I did not like the way they portrayed everyone else. Was very negative. And it's funny because Orlando Bloom is the voice of Prince Harry, and he supposedly neighbors with Prince Harry and Meghan. So I wonder if they know about this series, if they know about their friends in this series, how they feel that they're portraying his nephew and the rest of his family, for that matter. The royal family is portrayed extremely bad. Harry and Meghan, they barely have anything negative. They just kind of make fun of them, but they're insinuating horrible things about the rest of the family. So I find it an extreme poor taste. I would give it a 4 out of 10. And the 4 is only for the parts with Harry and Meghan and the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. That was the funny part. Everything else was really tacky. And I have a sense of humor. I'm an open-minded person. I tried. I went through 4 episodes and it did not get any better. Considering the fact they were only 12 minutes, it was like pulling my eyelashes to finish the entire episode. I didn't enjoy it. The premise sounded funny. But again, we're talking about a real life boy and his sister. It's a real family. And what they did to Prince Philip in the series, considering the fact he has passed, it's just bad taste. He would have been better just to have done the Harry and Meghan, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think if you're planning to watch this series. I don't know what else to tell you, but I give it a 4, maybe even a 3, to be honest. It really wasn't that great. So let me know your thoughts on the show. Leave your comments down below. I will be working on some other videos that don't deal with Harry and Meghan. I did a poll. Most of you want Harry and Meghan, but there were a few other topics that were up there, so I'm going to be working on some other content. But if you have any ideas for me of videos you would like me to cover, please leave your comments below. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you for supporting my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe because I'm really trying to grow the channel, and I just appreciate every single one of you for being here. Thanks, and have an awesome day.